gassed out, broken down, but my tank is not maxed out. I could hit the brakes, but it's too late. Rather crash and burn than turn around. Chasing down my grid like in a fierce pursuit. Gauges by the burst, RPMs are heating up. This moment is my chance to be the living proof.
Buckle up.
Can you feel it? Surging through your veins now. Coming in clutch, punch it, get it, never quit it. It's time to shift. So you wanna ride with the ones at the front of the line. Gotta push, pave your way. Do the work, just shut up and drive. Chasing down my grid like in a fierce pursuit. Ages by the bus, IBMs are heating up. This moment is my chance to be the living proof. Buckle up now. Can you feel it? Surging through your veins now. Coming in clutch, punch it, get it, never quit it. It's time to
the beginning of time. There's always been shade trying to steal our shine, like Magellan believed in it. To make it a miracle, they refuse to believe that you can fuse the light, but that's my Edison. Took the dark out the night, maybe the medicine ain't bad, wrong or right, but think you can or you can't. By what we think and do.
Even though the path is filled with the voice of self-doubt and tribulation, push ahead, you'll make it. I'm inclined to say, believe to achieve it. You can have it your way. Liberate and free it. Hold your faith, be the change, call it into existence. Believe to achieve. Believe to achieve.
What's the steps to the stairway of success? Roger Bannister did it fastest, I guess. Instead of trying to make it work, some believe that it doesn't. 3-minute mile was impossible until it wasn't. Do you see the trend? You can't have faith if you know how it's gonna end. How they let the rocket boosters jettison, that propelled Armstrong boosters settle in. The surface of the moon with the flag planted. Now Renatus about to do the same thing. It's a new day, it's a new birth, it's a new you, it's a new earth. Whatever you think you're right. Whatever you believe it's true. We choose who to become by what we think and do.
Even though the path is filled with the voice of self-doubt and tribulation, push ahead, you'll make it. I'm inclined to say, believe to achieve it. You can have it your way. Liberate and free it. Hold your faith, be the change, call it into existence. Believe to achieve. Your biggest dream, show me what you see. When your fears confine you, lean on me. Hit me with your biggest dream, show me what you see. When your fears confine you,
You can
lean on me.
lean on me, baby.
Hit me with your biggest dream, show me what you see. And when your fears confine you, lean on me. Hit me with your biggest dream, show me what you see. And when your fears confine you, lean on me.
You can
Lean on me.
You can
GM, everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
Inclined to say, believe
I'm inclined to say, gosh, this song is awesome.
be the change, call it into existence.
Whoa, GM.
To achieve with your biggest dream,
Sweet. Well, welcome, everybody. Got a special guest today.
you can lean on me. Hit me with your biggest dream, show me what you see. And when your fears confine you, you can lean on me. I'm inclined to say, believe to achieve it. You can have it your way.
All right.
Liberate and free it. Hit me with your biggest dream, show me what you see. And when your fears confine you, you can lean on me.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely. GM. All right. Well, welcome to Money Monday, folks. Happy to have you. We had a great weekend. Super Saturdays. Big stuff happening. Mother's Day. making a difference out in the world for people. And we got a big week coming up. Start out with the quote of the day. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. All right, so those of you who are winning, great. But remember that we learn much more from the struggles. Okay, beautiful. Let's see, did we get an updated top 10 yet? Got Danny and David, Jeremy and Richard, Tabitha and Mike, Randall and Emily, Alfredo and Scott. Awesome. Well done, folks. But the big thing we want to talk about this week, oh, what did I do? There we go. We want to talk about live education. Got 2 new classes coming up. And this is one of the things about when you are recruiting for Renatus students, when you can tell them straight up, look them dead in their ocular nerves. This is the best decision you can make. This is the best training you could buy. This is the best group of people to be around. One of the points that helps make that the proof in the pudding here is that the education is continually expanding. More and more concepts being delivered to you by people out in the field, living it, breathing it. And I'm excited for those of you who haven't met Bill or Umer, to learn from them and see, how they live this new life before Renatus, after Renatus, and, what it's like to be out of the rat race and onto the fast track of life. So please register. If you are out of state, then you will get a Zoom link. You're going to have to work out how to get your guests to watch. Or actually, it won't be a Zoom link. Just kidding. It's going to be in your education tab under the live streaming. Okay, under education tab, live streaming. So in the meantime, there'll be a little welcome video. There's Mr. Snyder. Got a little message for you. But the class is going to start at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern. If you are planning to attend in person, go at 8 o'clock. I know class starts at 9, but go at 8. Okay. Get settled and then greet guests. Help be a part of the greeter team. And be prepared for learning, action, participation. Something that I always did when I was at the classes is I thought about, since this is going to be recorded and my future students, my future recruits are going to watch this class and they don't get the benefit of being here live because they're joining in the future, what else do they need to know? What other questions can I ask that would enhance this training? And I put myself back into the very first class that I took. It was the multifamily class, my first live one that I attended. And I had 1,500,000 questions. I had all the questions. I'd never been a part of something like this. So all of my questions enhanced the program. And then I caught myself a few years in, I caught myself at a taping going, oh, I know this. Oh, I know this. Oh, I know this. But that doesn't matter because the new students that are coming in, they don't know it. So ask your questions, enhance it, and fully participate. Something about these 2 classes coming up is I'm involved in both these types of strategies. Right now, I'm doing a new construction multifamily commercial deal. And also, thanks to Umer's help, I also bought a mobile home park. Speaking of Umer, he's actually been able to join us for a little bit this morning. So I'm going to have him share a quick message. And when you guys get to know him and you see the kind of person, the kind of entrepreneur, the kind of family man that he is, you'll start to see a big shift in what's possible for you and your clients and your customers. I know the person that recruited Umer is so proud of him, and that the people above him, when they watch and see his transformation, they can look back and say, yes, another win. So this is one reason why we do the student enrollments, is to make investors, right? That's our theme here at Renatus, is we create real estate investors. So yes, the person who recruited him got $12,000 off of a combo sale. That's awesome. But what did Umer get? Umer got a brand new life. And because he stayed committed and dedicated to his craft, he's learned so much so that he can now reinvest that back into us, into his community. And so when he first got started, he was very unsure of this world. Okay. He had regular restaurant jobs. He worked at a gym, just regular old jobs. And someone said, you know what, Umer, you ought to be a real estate investor. And he was like, who, me? I have no experience. I have no credit. I have no money. I barely have any time. What are you talking about, real estate? And he showed up with an open mind. And not only did he see the possibility with the real estate, but he saw that this community growth aspect thing was something desperately needed in our society. And that's one reason why I think Renatus is taking it to the moon, is because we're providing something that AI can't provide. We're providing something that robots can't do, and that is connection. Right? The information is great, but connections and implementation of that info is where people's lives change and we make a drastic difference. This guy turned into a recruiting machine, so much so that he would recruit on dates. He was looking for a lovely lady in his life. And I remember hearing his wife's version of the story a little bit, and she was talking about how she just loved the passion that he had about the topic, but she had no idea what he was talking about. But she stuck around long enough and has been by his side ever since. So not only did Renatus help make an investor out of him, but through the recruiting process, he found his wife too. This guy is full contact life. And the way that he approaches his business, his marketing, his health, his wealth, his relationships is someone of intention. Most people wandering around in our country don't have intention. They are just bumping from one thing to the next and hoping to find something awesome. Luckily, we found Renatus, very intent driven. And the more you can stay focused and the more you can, be clear on what you want your future to be, it doesn't matter what your present looks like right now. And Umer is a great example of that. So I'm going to have him come out here and share a little story and answer a few questions about what to expect this week. And so help me give a big warm welcome to Mr. Millionaire, Umer Haq, GM.
GM, what's up, everybody? Good morning, Michael. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for being here.
Haven't seen you since the National, buddy.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that amazing introduction, man. Got me, if I wasn't so brown, I'd be blushing. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Well, we're really proud of you, man. What you put together, you've just raised your professionalism so much. It's a great thing to see, and it's an honor to work with you.
It's an honor to have a great friends, Cool, guys. Well, good morning. If you guys don't know me, like Michael said, my name's Umer. Started with this group back in 2015, and was just struggling. And I did a property tour on my class on Saturday, and as I was talking, I remembered the day that I decided to change my life. And I was dating a girl. It's before Yas, my wife, and we took a trip to the beach, and we were so exhausted that we didn't want to drive back home. It's like a 3-hour drive. And I remember quietly having a heart attack because I didn't have money to pay for a hotel room for me and my girlfriend. And then she goes, you know what? Because neither one of us really had a lot of money, but she goes, you know what? I'll pay for it, Umer. And I was like, I felt so broken after that. I was like, dang, man, I can't even like treat friends, family, or even my girlfriend to to a night at a hotel. It wasn't even a nice hotel, right? And that night I didn't sleep all night. I was up, couldn't sleep, and I was pretty upset. And so that day, everyone has different defining moments in their life. That was a defining moment for me. And it's crazy because where focus goes, energy flows. Maybe a year after that, I found Renatus. And then, man, things just started. I have this belief that things don't happen to you, they happen for you, right? Even the good, the bad, the ugly. And guys, here I am. I'm so grateful to be here. I've replaced any paycheck that I'll ever need from a job through this process of real estate investing. Okay. I've done the wholesale deals, I've done the fix and flips, uh, done the land development. I've done small multifamilies even before this. I did, and so I have found my niche, and I really believe that each and every single one of you, if we can start doing mobile home parks, we can solve the affordability crisis that America's having right now. We could provide quality housing to people who need it. And most of all, we can make some really, really good profits. Okay. Now, what to expect with my class is, guys, I've taken everything I've learned over the years and I've put it together in one class. I am just like you. I sat going through the classes. I sat with the psychology of, man, this is long. I don't know what this guy is talking about. When is he going to get to the point? Oh, I'm learning, but it's taking so long. Like I have literally been in your shoes, and as I'm going through my class, I'm going to keep what everyone says in the top of my mind. The goal is from the start of the day to the end of the day, provide nothing but value and action steps. I'm so excited. I've been sending so many of the documents and the materials to the Renatus headquarters because, guys, it is going to be a day where you get to really, truly understand and learn about specifically how to monetize mobile home parks. I'm going to be talking about doing wholesale deals on mobile homes. I'm going to be talking about flipping mobile homes. I'm going to be talking about doing lease options and rent to owns. Guys, you are going to learn how to create your own real estate investing ecosystem. Literally, like your own, imagine buying your own neighborhood. That's what I do. I buy dilapidated neighborhoods and I turn them into cash flow machines. And so that's essentially what my class is going to be about. And man, I'm so excited to share it. So if there's any questions on it, I'm more than happy to share. But Michael, you just kind of randomly text me 5 minutes before
Yeah,
this call, and I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. I'd love to share. So
perfect. Well, could you take us through, because part of what we're doing in a big way is focusing on recruiting and building for events. And sometimes we forget what it's like to be a guest. Do you remember being recruited? Like, how did you find the ad, or was it a warm market? What were your first few events, and what made you decide to buy?
yeah, I was driving home from the gym, and I had started looking at real estate from like YouTube and things like that. Then I saw a roadside sign said real estate investor seeks trainee. So I called it, and then I sat into the webinar with Scott, and I was like, dang it. I was hit with that resistance. Like, dang it. Sounds good, but is this for me? Am I going to be successful? Can I make this work? Because, I didn't really have any of my own capital. So after going through the intro, I was super excited because I was like, whoa, there's ways to do real estate with none of my own money or credit. Whoa, there's ways that people are partnering up on deals. Whoa, I was like, wow, this is so cool. I didn't know that there are five major benefits that you're going to get with real estate that you won't get with anything else. And then I saw that in addition to becoming a real estate investor, which was sounded better than finishing community college, right? Community college was going to be like 20, 30 grand, and I wasn't guaranteed a job. I mean, what kind of job was I going to get with an associate's degree? So after hearing everything, I made an executive decision to figure out how to become a real estate investor using the Renata system. But what was so cool, and even to this day, like I think is what's amazing about Renatus is they allow us to participate in their company's profit. Like I think that's pretty cool because usually like because I I thought about it. I was like, every company wants to sell you, 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 and it's like upsell after upsell. And I was like, cool. This company will allow me if I love it and if it's really good. Like I did my first fix and flip 7 months after joining, leveraging the coaching. I was so scared, by the way. It's like every step of the way, I've been so scared, but I still moved forward. I was so scared. My heart rate was up. I couldn't sleep at night. Like when I first signed up for Renatus, my dad kicked me out of his house. You know, he's a foreigner. He goes, "You idiot! You went to a school. You paid for a college that's not a college." And I was like, yeah." You know, he was so mad he kicked me out of his house, and I was like a little bit depressed. And I was like, my family was so mad at me for getting started with Renatus, but I'm so glad that I pushed forward. I was like, no, I'm like, I think that fueled the fire to make me like, I was like, because if it wasn't for the pain, like, I don't think I would have really, maybe I would have given up. Maybe I would have tapped out. But that fire, that pain really started from seeing my dad's face and initially saying, look, I'm going to prove you wrong. So did that first deal and man, life's never been the same after that. So going back to what I was saying, like I was able to create some profit. I did a deal and I was like, man, I even before I did that deal, I was like, I want to share this with people because I realized how good the information in the community was. I was like, they're gonna be here with me for the rest of my life. I literally paid Renatus once and they never charged me again. I was like, that's pretty freaking cheap. My first car, like my first liability, costs more than it than this whole real estate empire that I've been able to build because of my purchase. So what seemed scary to me back then is just so tiny in the grand scheme of things, right? So, and I started sharing Renatus at like libraries, doing meetup groups, just telling people about it. And most of the people that I know, all my friends that I grew up with are either broke, dead, or on drugs. So they weren't good Renatus prospects. So I had all these limiting beliefs of, man, who am I gonna, I don't know anyone, I'm broke. But it's like I started putting the message out there, and because of who I was becoming and learning, people saw that like, man, this kid really knows what he's talking about. I mean, at 20 something years old, he knows about notes, tax liens, tax deeds, flips, wholesale deals. He could literally like I know how to do this stuff. So I was living it and that attracted just new people into my life. And I'm so grateful that the Renatus marketing stuff exists because as I was getting my like guys, it's going to take a little bit of time to figure out what your niche is, what you want to specialize in. There are so many ways that people make money in real estate. Like think about it. Bill Predabon makes $500,000 building houses, right? Like that's very drastic. It's drastically different from what I do. I create passive income that I live off of, right? So as you're figuring out your niche, it's so cool that Renatus will pay you to help other people, right? And so instead of you having to do all the work, you having to record the classes, you having to update things, you having to do the coaching, you could use the L word. It stands for leverage. What's cool is we could leverage everything that Bob has put together to profit off of it. Like it just like in my mind, it made so much sense. I was like, I'm learning about leverage anyways, and if I can't leverage this amazing opportunity, what makes me think that I could leverage the banks or other people's money? So it was really like a stepping stone initially, getting involved as an ICM. And then I honed in those skills and I used those same exact skills and I'm going to go through this in my class. I use those same exact skills that I've used to help other people get started with Renatus with my sellers, right? Like it's the same negotiation skills, it's the same tactics. It's like it translates perfectly. And as a businessman or woman, you're gonna need to learn people. Do you guys agree? You got to learn people.
Gotta
And
learn people.
so the best thing that you could do for yourself as a beginner real estate investor is become a Renatus team builder. to become a Renatus ICM, because guess what you're going to be forced to do? You're going to be forced to get good at people. You're going to be forced to step out of yourself and understand and appreciate someone else's world. You know, when I sucked at marketing for a while because all I was doing was thinking about me, 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 me. But once I really started to understand the person, their background, what their wants, what their needs are, that's when the money started coming in, right? And then that money, anytime I make extra money now, I just buy more houses. I buy more parks. I reinvest it. And some of it, like now, if I help someone get an Epix combo, I'll just blow it. What's the point of making all this money if you're not having fun? Right?
That's
So
a
I want
good
to,
point.
guys, it's all about living a balanced life. And so Renatus provides a balanced opportunity where, yeah, you're going to build a business. They're going to teach you multiple ways of getting wealthy in real estate, but it also allows us to contribute back for the greater good. And it's just, that's why I really believe it's the best opportunity, because there's lots of stuff like out in the marketplace, like done for you and we'll do this. Guys, it really isn't. How do I know? Because I've gone through it. There's so much fine print. And I love the fact that Renatus is so transparent. Okay. So, man, I'm so excited about sharing my class. I'm excited about what you guys are building in your business. I really want you guys to come out. And look, how do I say this? I'm very like, I want to know if you walk away from my class and you can't make money with it when you're done, I want you to text me and tell me. Like, I want you to literally share with me that, Umer, I watched your whole class and I can't make money now that I've watched it. It's not going to happen, guys. When you leave my course, you're going to know how to make money. All right. I've made that very clear. It's going to be step by step. It's going to be laid out. You're going to have the contracts, the conversations, the lead gen, like everything that you could think of is going to be in this course. And I need your help, because if you watch the whole course and you're unable to take action, then that feedback would tell me that it didn't work, right? Then I'll call Bob and say, hey, it didn't work. I need to get back in the studio. You guys with me? I'm all about making things happen, because the investors and the instructors before me have helped me so much. I want to give that back to the community. I think all of us need to be doing more deals, making more money, and sharing what this community is actually about. Okay. Cool. Some of you guys are actually going to be there. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. Ask some questions.
Yep, and we'll be bringing some guests too. And just one thing as a reminder, folks, the guests are just that, they're guests. The paid students get to ask the questions, they get to sit in the front, they get to get the full benefits of what they paid for. I encourage you to bring guests. I have brought dozens of guests, made dozens of combo sales, which translates into hundreds of thousands in earnings just from live education weeks. Something when you're booking the guest, let them know, hey, you can come as a guest. I mean, this is a huge privilege, but you don't get to come to the whole event as a guest. You have to pick half a day. You can come to the Thursday AM, Thursday PM, or Friday AM, Friday PM. You got to pick one. And by phrasing it that way and making it scarce, it raises its value. And my preference is you build for the Thursday AM. That way, by lunchtime, when you have to kick them out, then they're going to be more compelled to sign up and be able to stay the rest of the training session. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's some questions here. I'm curious, Umer, what's your drive? I think I'm an executive director. It's my drive. Executive director. So, yeah, guys, this is gonna be cool. I look forward to meeting everybody. Here's something that would help me. Can you guys do me a favor and help me real quick? What are some things that would help you guys take action in your real estate businesses? If you had to pick one thing, like you're going through the classes, right? And it's like, man, I really need this. What's one thing that would help you guys, right? Is it mindset? Is it numbers? Is it, not understanding something? Like if there's something, or even in your ICM business, I just helped another student get started, and she got her epics, and she worked her whole life. She's got a good job. She is older, has kids. And she's outliving her retirement. So we've been talking about creating a cash flow based retirement plan. And so, um, as I was talking to her, I asked her what would be helpful for her. And I wrote down all these things, and it's going to help me put together my course a little bit more. So let's see what you guys have. So Tim, accountability. Tim, when you started, I know you've done a bunch of deals, right, buddy? But like the coaching helped give me accountability for like my first fix and flip.
Oh,
Structure
I
and
got it.
paperwork.
I got one.
Oh, this is really good. Structure and paperwork explanation for the deals. I got you, Aaron. Yeah, I'm gonna be going through every single contract that you can use for every single different sized deal because there's different agreements for different deals. I love that one, buddy.
What about knowing when to fire somebody? Because we have a community of relators
Thank you.
and community people. When to fire somebody? I'm sure you've had to fire somebody, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe something about that being like, look, you're making business, you're trying to, spread the love, spread the prosperity, but if someone's not doing their job, don't let them go another week or two to avoid a little discomfort. Know when to fire somebody and when to replace them. CEO mentality.
Okay. No, that's really good. Thanks for giving me that suggestion because I mean, Angie wrote me the other day. She was like, "Are you gonna be able to get through this in one day?" And I was like, "I better."
I think a good topic would be, raising the funds and then liquidating funds afterwards so that you can look at getting more money for your next projects and taking on partners.
Okay. So deal structures.
Yeah.
I love
So
it.
funding up front, partners, and liquidating so that you can get money and go to the next deal.
I love it. Sort of like the Burr strategy, but for mobile home parks.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
But I look at partnerships. If you need anything, I can give you some input too on that.
What do you mean by that?
I'm working with some companies who will be doing LP and GP structuring.
You're talking about for
So if you want
syndications
a
and
quick
stuff.
call syndications, yeah.
So, and syndications are good. I'm going to touch a little bit about that as well as some financial modeling stuff. But that's the yeah. So if you're like a C-suite executive, you're making 250 to 300 a year, you might want to go that route. But there's some pros and cons to becoming an LP and and having general partners. There's lots of pros and cons. And then
Yeah.
putting together the private placement memorandum or the different types of funds that are available. And I'm going to talk a tad bit about that and point people to Bridger Pennington's class because it is a big piece of the puzzle. But just depending on the context of who the individual is and where they're starting out, I'm not going to go heavily into that process. But thank you for sharing.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Looking forward to listening to it. We'll be
Yeah.
there live.
Yeah. I just fired all the people I was driving every day. Pete.
Good for you, Pete.
Yeah, man. So, but see, guys, this is the thing. If you quit a job, which is not recommended, a lot of times it's better to leverage your job while you're building your business. But if you absolutely have to, because time is not, you can't figure out the time, you really want to have a plan in place before you do that. Another thing that we're going to be talking about in my class, guys, is, and this has been huge for my business, it's financial automation. Financial automation. I'm going to show you guys how I automate all of my money moves up front. And I'm going to show you the specific process behind automating your finances. It's changed my life.
That's what we need, some more automation. That way you can spend more time doing the things you want to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Is
So
that
there was a,
financial? Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Hi, Omer. Is that financial automation is part of your class on the one where you're recording?
Yeah, guys, what I'm
Oh,
going to do, I'm basically just giving you my whole business.
oh, nice. Okay, awesome.
I'm not just talking about, oh, theory, this is how it's done, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to give you some theory, but I'm basically just going to be showing you exactly what to do. And then today, oh, I've got a deadline. I'm working on a 90-day, um, week by week plan that I want to
It
hand
sounds like you're
every.
sharing about a class on financial automation where
Oh
you provide.
boy,
Oh
robots, dude.
yes. So then I'm working on these 90-day plans that there's going to be so many documents with my class. It's ridiculous, but the documents are going to match every step that you need. And when you leave there, I want to give everyone 90-day action plans. And guys, you're going to be like my guinea pigs, right? Like if it doesn't work, I need to know. My goal, my goal is to create more deals than any other class in the ecosystem, and I can't wait. So
There was
I'm
a
not.
question about getting this strategy done in higher priced areas. Erica put something about being in Jersey, and they're
Yeah,
paying more on property tax than you're paying for property.
yeah. So where's okay? So dude, I live in Virginia, where a crappy house is eight to $900,000, bro. So I invest in an area that's 8.5 hours away. So don't let where you live limit your success. That's the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say is if you are wanting to invest in like a more expensive market, it's not that it's not possible. There's just a different model behind that, right? And your model would consist of creating a fund and then what with either accredited or non-accredited investors or both depending on the fund that you want to do and going after it that way. My goal when I got started, guys, was I didn't want my wife to work a job because I wanted her and me and the baby to be together. So my initial goal, because I've done the flips, I've done wholesales, but like the money would come in and it'd be a good check, but then the money would run out. You know what I mean? So then I was back on the hamster wheel trying to do a flip. You know what I mean? Nothing against flips, right? But then I was like, okay, this is so inconsistent. So when I started this business in a cash flow market, and I'm going to talk about the difference between a cash flow market and equity market and a market that has both cash flow and equity, but an emerging market, I wanted to replace my paycheck. So we're going to talk about goals and break those down as well. But yeah, you're going to do the type of deal structure that makes sense for your goals and the type of life that you want to live. And there is no right or wrong, okay? So we're going to dive deep into this and we're going to do some meticulous planning based off of you guys, your life and what you want. So excited to share about that. But you can do deals anywhere.
Well, cool. I want to give a little what's the word? A testimonial, because without your guidance, I would not have bought the mobile home park that I bought.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna just pull up my Zoom real quick and just share a quick pic. So, folks, 2 years ago, I heard about Umer and his strategy, and I was like, oh, that sounds neat. And within a week, I saw on this road here, the main highway, this main highway right here, there's a little sign. There's the gas station. There's a little sign that says mobile home park forced auction. I was like, well, that's weird. I just talked to Umer about mobile home parks, and all of a sudden it's showing up. Remember, what we think about, we bring about. And so I drove up the road, took a look at this mobile home park here, and I was like, oh my goodness. Look at this. I even got a rainbow roof on here. Now we just replaced the roof with some discounted metal. It looks beautiful now. Red, white, and blue. Anyway, we bought this whole park. This is 1 acre. It's got 8 slots. Right now there's 6 trailers on there. We bought it for $84,000. And I'd never done stuff like that before. I bought raw land. I bought, I had some short-term rentals, done some fix and flips a decade ago. But I was like, is this mobile home park thing really worth it? Because I had never even thought about, when Jay Massey goes over Walmart, Target, Nordstrom type properties, he never talked about Dollar General properties. And,
Yeah, these are like C and D class properties, but yeah,
but
they
it's
develop a lot of cash flow.
yeah, the whole thing. And then I used the class to raise the capital, so I haven't even put $1 of my own money into this thing, and it's been producing income, is going up in value, and just a little bit of financial engineering changed my way of looking at this thing. And so I went to the auction, got the winning bid. And so, folks, taking action definitely makes it worth it. And think about what Umer's learned since, I think that's about 2 years ago, since then, and how much more we can improve upon our deals. So it's not just working for him, it worked for me too. So thanks for the support.
Of course, man. I'm glad I was able to help. So I'm excited for us, man. I can't wait to see people. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a good time. And I can't wait to hear the feedback, right?
So you're coming in Wednesday morning or Wednesday night?
It's a good Yas question. I don't know. I'm just along for the ride. I think
Okay.
Wednesday morning, probably. Yeah.
Well, depending on the events going around town, if you are free for the schedule, I know you're probably going to meet up with Bob and staff. But if it's possible, maybe there's an event we can get you to meet some guests before the class. So
Yeah,
we'll look at the
that'd
schedule
be
and see
so
what we can
cool.
do.
That'd be so cool. I can't wait. Are you gonna be in town, bro?
Nope, I will
No?
not.
Well, you will be missed.
Yeah, I will be coming to Utah soon, but not for this weekend.
Cannot wait to hear Bill Predabon's class.
I know that's gonna be awesome
I've
too.
got I've got so many 600, $700,000 houses that are getting wiped and then sold for like 3.4 million, and I've never made a $500,000 check. So it's so cool, the diversity of our group, man. It's amazing.
Right, it's gonna be quite a back-to-back class session. We're gonna talk about mobile home parks and little tiny purchases all the way up to multi-million-dollar builds and cashing out 6 figures.
Real estate works, baby. Just gotta work it.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, folks. Well, we're getting to the top of the hour. Any other questions for Umer while we have him?
Yeah, I'm also going to be going through like kind of how I'm doing infilling when I buy the older parks and if I want to replace them with brand new homes. So yeah, I'll be talking about that. I saw a question in the chat about that.
Cool.
So
Cool. So the whole thing is mapped out. What to say? We got scripts coming, paperwork, running the models.
hey,
Yeah,
Melee, are you going to be there? I hope so.
I think she's gonna probably have the most guests at the live education week.
Well, I will be closing as I speak, so
Nice.
it'll be great.
Cool. Cool,
You got an
cool, cool. All
IC, you
right,
got an
man.
ICM. It's like I'm a mixed breed.
Right.
I'm a mixed breed right here, you know. So you got an ICM 50% and you got a 50% instructor. So I'm gonna be delivering for you guys. I want every single one of you guys to make some money off of my class and then use that money to buy some mobile home parks. So
That's the system, baby.
it's gonna be great. Hey man, it was awesome seeing you, brother. I'm glad you asked me to come hang out this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're gonna make a huge splash with your class locally, and then of course, as that recording goes in and we go nationwide with it, yeah, maybe we'll even start like a challenge around it, maybe in the fall or the winter time as we get more people with deals under their belts. Now's the time, folks. Look around at the market, look around at what's happening. Remember what Warren Buffett said: while other people are fearful, be greedy, and when others are greedy, be fearful. Well, right now, there's
Right.
quite a bit of fear. So it's time to go scoop these deals up.
And one of
Uh,
my hopes is this, guys. Like, if you think about how cars have just developed over time, well, this is the next thing. Like, so as you guys see my class, the mastermind, the ideas, things that you guys can take my model and make it even better, right? That's the whole play there, right? Someone does something and then the genius of the mastermind gets involved, and then it gets better and better and better and better. So,
hey,
thank you
real quick
guys.
while I have you, I know you do a property tour and you got like a little weekly Zoom schedule. I'm going to pull it up real quick. Can you tell us on your property tours, like what's the structure and how to best build for that so we can do that too.
Yeah, it's really Yoss and Scott Buckholz, and it's co-hosted by Keith Jones. And we just take people who are doing their deals either in the beginning, in the middle, or the end, and we just allow them to talk about their deals and allow people to ask questions. Guests are invited. And if you guys have any deals that you're currently doing, please allow us to celebrate your success and highlight you on one of our property tours. Real simple. You
Sweet. So
type in.
that's Saturdays at noon, no, 11 a.m. Eastern,
Mhm.
9 a.m. Mountain Time. It looks like every Saturday.
Yep.
Awesome. So, folks, if you got somebody who isn't able to come to one of the weekday evening things, you got a Saturday morning thing right here with Yaz, Scott, and Umer's system. Tried and true. It looks like you guys have probably done over 100 of these now.
We've done way over, yeah, it's been a lot. We got a lot of them.
Awesome. And yeah, like he said, if you want to be featured, and what's really neat is when we feature you and we get that recording, then you can send that out to your guests. It puts you in the expert position, gives you more authority over the guest conversations so that when you're telling them, hey, do this, do this, do this, they listen a lot better. So yeah, if you want to be featured, please send a message to Scott. Yeah.
Yep. Scott or Keith Jones.
Awesome. And Scott's phone number is right here in the calendar. So, and Scott was in the top 10 this week. So he's not just showcasing the deals, he's recruiting the students too. Sweet. All right. Well done. Thanks for your support. Congrats on your success. And we can't wait to see you in Utah this week.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
Awesome. All right, folks. We got our marching orders. Let's go make a difference for people. Find the people, tell a story, build for events, and follow up. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you, Omer.